my weekly rundown is not really new. So recently on Twitter this past weekend, I was also um sorry, my brain glitched. Spider-Man 2, the Spider-Man things were trending. So like basically people were ranking their different Spider-Man movies. For question real quick, have you guys watched the Spider-Man movies? Like most of them, all
course.
Tobey Maguire, Amazing.
No,
Seen it multiple times. Remember?
I
Tirora.
have not seen one.
See, literally, bro, like, I'm tired of this. We gotta after this quarantine thing, we're gonna have a Marvel marathon because Disney Plus got all of them.
The funny part is all of my high school friends were obsessed with Marvel, and they would always talk about it, and I'm always just like, I don't know. I've made it this
Okay,
far.
but like not even the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah, like, come on.
The what?
The OG Spider-Man when he was little.
Like the ones.
I literally thought you said the Lizzie McGuire movies, and like that I watched.
No, the Tobey Maguire.
No. Toby?
How? Those are the ones like the 2002, like 2003.
Like when we were little. Like,
Honestly, no, it just wasn't like I don't know.
that's so bad. Okay, well anyway, people online were listing them because obviously we had nothing to do because quarantine. So they were watching all of them, like the Tobey Maguire ones, which is the actor that played Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield ones, and then the Tom Holland ones, and people were ranking them. I have a list here of people that put Spider-Man 2 first because that one was trending for a long time, which I can't even talk about it because you haven't watched it.
I mean, you could talk about it because it's not like I'm gonna like know. Oh wow, I love the back.
You like Spider-Man 3?
I'm not Spider-Man 3, but Spider-Man 2 is better. Spider-Man 2 is better.
Which one though? Garfield or Maguire?
Oh, okay. Take me out. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Andrew Garfield, is garbage. I don't like that movie at all. Let me tell you why. Because in Spider-Man 3, remember when there was like too many villains at one point? I was like, and they messed up Venom. That's why it's a point down, right? And so it kind of had that same type of feel because it had the Green Goblin like the last 15 minutes for some reason. And like Gwen Stacy felt rushed, and that shouldn't be rushed because that pretty much like makes Peter Parker who he is later on in life. Because and it just ruined it for me, because like I'm a comic book purist, you know what I'm saying? Purist. And so it ruined it for me. So I don't like Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3 ruined Venom for me. But yeah. But the best Spider-Man movie, I think, is Spider-Man 2.
Wait, which one? You said Garfield? Okay. Which one? That was Doc Ock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, it's on the train. That's part.
Then I was just gonna ask you guys to list your favorites, but you haven't watched them, so whatever. It's okay. Me and Dylan will do this. Honestly, I really like Far From Home. That was a really good one. But the other thing that I don't like is that if you haven't watched like the Marvel,
right,
then you're not really gonna understand it, or it's not gonna have the same effect on you that it did on everyone else.
Right.
I think that sucks. But that movie
it ties
so
into
good.
like the first Iron Man movie, like So
yeah. I don't know. That one just has so much emotion, and it was so good, and I love it so much.
So
but which one do you think is the best Spider-Man?
As like an actor-wise or like movie-wise altogether?
Both.
Okay, actor-wise. Okay, so Andrew Garfield was like the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker, but Tom Holland is the best like of both worlds. So I think Tom Holland's the best like Spider-Man like we've seen so far. And movie-wise, Far From Home was good. It was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah, I would say probably like Far From Home, Maguire, Spider-Man 2 is like my top 2 movies. And I guess like maybe I think probably Maguire, Spider-Man 1 would be number 3.
Yeah,
it's like I grew up on that. I have the deluxe DVD. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What do you think of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I forgot. Oh my god, it's a great movie. Damn, wait a minute.
Have you watched that one?
Did she watch that one?
Okay.
Hilarious.
Did I watch?
Because that one isn't part of anything. It's like
it's on Netflix.
Sony movie. Yeah, that one's on Netflix. You should watch it.
Okay, when I'm really bored, I'll do it.
Wow. God.
I'm really bored. It's
At
funny.
least you
It's
haven't
Marvel's
watched
top
Spider-Man
5
movie.
though.
I haven't watched
It's-
Spider-Man, but I watched Thor. Love that. And I watched watched all the like Marvel movies, like the first one, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, and Black Panther.
What's it called? Which one? Civil War?
That's so good. They took it off of Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus now.
I hate that. I don't have
But,
the money for that.
Tia, we were gonna invite her to go see Civil War.
Oh
She
my
was,
God.
Yeah, I want to go see an American Civil War movie. We should do
No,
it.
okay, listen, you are missing the whole point of the story.
And-
What had happened was, no, because this was sophomore year of high school. So, mind you, at this time, we were in an AP World History class. So, all of our friends were like, hold on, I think I froze. Okay, so at this time, we were all in like this AP World class. All of our friends were history, like, nerds. Like, we all liked history and whatever. So, we've talked about, like, documentaries before. And then, so here they all are talking about this Civil War movie, and I'm just expected to think that it's a Marvel movie and it's not like an American Civil War. So they invited me, and I was like, oh yeah, so is this like the American Civil War or like the French? Like, I just wanted to get like a little reference on it. And then everyone just like thought it would be so funny to like laugh at it for years.
Because you were like, yeah, the American Civil War. Oh, and we were like, we're talking about Captain America, honey. Like,
Huh?
yeah.
But yeah, so that's how that happened.
But yeah, that's I guess our weekly rundown.
As you guys know, I'm a big wrestling fan, and so this for the past since the pandemic, they've been holding wrestling events in their Orlando performance center in front of an empty audience, and for the most part, for the first 2 weeks they were all live, and then leading up to WrestleMania was like a 4-week period. They're all taped. And so now, beginning of this week, they started with live shows again. Everyone's wondering, why is WWE still open? And especially in Florida, why are they still doing this? And they're not essential until Monday, which Florida deemed WWE business essential because it helps with the economy. And so I just wanted to get your take with, these men and women always, in contact with each other. Is it a good idea for them to keep performing in this like climate?
Oof, that's shocking.
Okay, so I think that people are gonna start using that excuse to reopen their businesses and stuff, which is not gonna be good for anyone, because then we're like Tia said, like people are starting to come home, so that means things are starting to get better, and if people start using that excuse, then things are gonna get worse again, and we can't have that.
China had a whole
Yeah.
people have it again. Like it started to increase, so like we should not be taking any sort of like drastic measures like that, and especially like
for a while.
Yeah, you're having direct physical contact with people. Like if one of those people has the virus or is a carrier of the virus, which as we know, people cannot have symptoms and still be carriers of the virus, you can like potentially affect everybody there. So it's not I don't think it's a good idea. I understand like the whole economy thing, but like you have to give it a little while for because okay, like yeah, the economy, whatever, like the economy's gonna be trash after this ends regardless. So either you have more people alive or you don't. And like that's I don't know.
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like they should have just canceled like all wrestling, because like I don't know, they had the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania, which is like basically their Super Bowl. Just put it in like different terms. That like it was the biggest event and there was no one there. And it was just so depressing for me. And I was just like, this is the worst day ever. It's 2020. It's gone too far at this time. Y'all could take sports, but that's all I had left. And but it's tragic. But yeah, I feel like they shouldn't even keep going, because and they're holding pay-per-views still, like because there's the network, their online subscription, and they're just putting on shows and stuff. What I get, you want to keep going, and they have competitors now, but like it comes to a certain point where it's just like you can't risk one of your top performers getting sick. Roman Reigns, he's in remission, and he's like one of their top guys, and he dropped out of WrestleMania because he didn't want to, he didn't want to get sick. He has a compromised immune system, and he has a daughter. He wasn't trying to do all that, and he was in the main event, and so he probably started a trend where a lot of people don't want to wrestle anymore.
Does anyone has anyone had it so far, like within the wrestling world?
So last week, I want to say Friday, news broke that a non-wrestler, I think like a commentator, contracted the disease. We don't know who yet.
Oof.
We just know someone did in like the WWE, but it's not a wrestler,
Okay.
which is surprising.
But yikes. Okay. So
They figure that out.